This is Abnormal Entertainment.
Welcome, everybody, to the Cinema Head Cheese Podshort. This is Kevin Moyers, and this week I would like to talk to you about one of my favorite television shows. David Hayes and I have gone on and on praising this show in the past. I had no idea a third season or series, as they would say on the BBC, was ever going to happen. This show is Luther. Now, Idris Elba has had a phenomenal film career as of late. I really didn't expect him to get back to television. But the nice thing about British TV is that a season or a series can go as long as it needs to, or it can be as short as it needs to be. And season 3 of Luther is only 4 episodes long. So, unfortunately, I got like, oh boy, and then I looked, it was only 4, and I said, you know what, I'll take it. Because Luther is probably the best cop show on television. It's the best I've ever seen, anyway. There have been others in the same vein that do kind of push the edge. The Beast, which was Patrick Swayze's show that he did before he died. That was great. It was only 1 season, unfortunately, but it was, and for regular television, it was some badass shit. I liked it. It was really good. So we have Luther season 3. We come into it with Luther and Justin having to solve 2 crimes at once. And one is a bit of a crime of passion, and the other is just a fucked up dude. Plain and simple. And the nice thing is that it doesn't take up the 4-episode story arc. There are a couple of different crimes going on in this season, which is different from the other 2 seasons. The first season, 10 episodes, had one crazy thing going on the entire arc. And then the second season was 4 episodes, and it dealt with a young girl who was displaced, and Luther was looking out for her. There's some really cool things in this, including an appearance by someone you haven't seen since sometime in the second season, a character I almost forgot about until I saw her. I was like, oh yes, I remember her, and I'm glad she's back. It gets really crazy and really dicey. You see Luther get in some trouble. You see Justin Ripley get into some trouble. And you're going to be upset by some of the things that happen. Plain and simple. It's going to be a lot of difficult shit. And, yeah, a lot of difficult shit to deal with. But this show is really brutal. It's violent for regular TV. And I hate to say realistic, but there is a realism to what happens in this show. Now, Idris Elba is basically Detective John Luther. He is the best guy around, plain and simple. His partner is Justin Ripley. The chief, more or less, DSU, they call it, Martin Shank. He's on the side of Luther in most cases. He knows Luther is the best guy. He knows Ripley is great. So he trusts them, and that's a good thing, because you don't always see that in the show. It's always bringing them in. You're not following the rules, typical American way of doing things. There are a couple of other officers investigating Luther and trying to work that through Ripley, and we see how that goes. Luther does have a love interest, And if she didn't question her connection to him, I would be shocked. Because of course, it gets scary for her. And listen, if you watch the first season, you know that somebody very close to Luther meets a rough demise. So it's not easy all around for this dude. He has a lot of trouble, keeping shit together. But it really gets dark, really gets crazy. I don't want to give much away because so many big things happen, and it's just a phenomenal show. And I mean, seriously, 3 seasons, 18 episodes. They're less than an hour long each. You have to get into this. Even in the first episode, you can see this is a different kind of cop show. And Idris Elba, come on, the guy is phenomenal. He's everywhere, whether it's Pacific Rim or Prometheus or Thor, whatever the fuck he's doing, man. He is always great. And, a lot of you know him from The Wire, which I have yet to watch, but I'm going to get there eventually. I know he's in there, and I know, what's his name from Boardwalk Empire is in there. I'm blanking on his name right now. But anyway, he plays Chalky White and Boardwalk, and I can't think of his name. But anyway, it's really great stuff. I'm hoping they continue on with this. There are other shows on right now that I will hopefully get through as time goes on. Some new TV that's coming up, just to throw it out there, a little tag on here. Started watching The Leftovers on HBO. It's weird. Basically, 2% of the population has vanished all at the same time. Strangely enough, on my ex-wife's birthday. So that's interesting. So I'll remember the date. It's October 14th. 2% of the population vanishes, and we jump up 3 years and start getting into the weirdness of who is left. And it's kind of fucked up. So 2 episodes in, hasn't grabbed me yet, but we're getting there. And then Boardwalk Empire starts this fall, and god damn, am I excited about this. The trailers for it are great. So, but we'll have more in the upcoming weeks. I hope you do check out Luther. I'm trying to do just things that you'll really like. I know I had Escape from Tomorrow, which was but a lot of people were talking about it, so I threw my 2 cents in. But I'm trying to find you things that you will enjoy, things that I can recommend. Luther is definitely one of them. If you're not watching it, you are missing out. It is fucked up, but in a great way. So check that out. I thank you for tuning in. Do appreciate it. Jeff has promised me some pod shorts of his own, so that'll be cool. I'll be excited about that. Hopefully Dave will get on board soon too. And until then, I want you to head over to cinemaheadcheese.com. We put up a bunch of new articles, different reviews. I wrote a review. Dave brought back the Silent Screams column, which is great. Goes way, way back into the beginnings of film. What else? We do have our sponsors page if you want to click through. If you want to purchase any of these things through Amazon, we definitely appreciate it. Or through iTunes, we have a banner there as well. So if you're buying your movies on iTunes or Amazon, please click through. It costs you nothing extra, and we get a little kickback, which helps keep this going. And so I don't have much else to say. Stay tuned at the very end for a little message from our hero, our mentor, Adam Carolla, about a very important issue and a cause he is the front of right now that affects all podcasting. And if you haven't heard about it, take a listen, and if you can, donate to that cause. It's good for us all to do that. So anyhow, thanks again, and we'll see you next time.
Hello, podcast fans. Adam Carolla here. I'm leading the fight against patent trolls who are threatening this medium. It's not about me. It's about the podcast you're listening to right now. If I go down, this show could be next. Visit fundanything.com/patent troll for more information on how you can keep podcasting alive. Thank you and mahalo.
Subscribe and download back episodes of Cinema Head Cheese the podcast and read all of our movie reviews and news at cinemaheadcheese.com. Email us at cinemaheadcheese@yahoo.com. Search Cinema Head Cheese on Facebook and tweet us at CINHeadCheese. And for more podcasts, books, comics, blogs, and videos, head to abnormalentertainment.com.
You've been listening to the Abnormal Entertainment Network.